Hi, my name is Perry and I am a polyglot. I speak English, a bit of Russian, and three African languages. Today, I just want to share some tips that have really helped me a lot over the years when it comes to speaking and learning new languages. So without any further delays, let's get right into it. The first thing that you want to do is understand your why. As in, why are you trying to learn this particular language in the first place? A lot of people learn new languages for various reasons, like, just trying to find a new hobby, or maybe they need it for work. Or in my case, I had to learn Russian because the program I was going to study in, university was going to be administered in Russian. So I had to work hard at learning Russian. Understanding your why will help you determine how much time and effort you need to allocate to learning this new language each and every day. Once you understand your why, you need to decide whether you're going to self-study, hire a tutor, or as in my case, go into a language learning school. Now, of course, your choice depends on the reason why you're learning this particular language. For instance, if it's just a hobby, I would say that it's not necessary for you to have a tutor or go into a language learning school. It's just a waste of money. But if it's work related or it's because of school, I would highly suggest that having a tutor or going to a language learning school is the best option or the best thing you can do, because they're going to provide you with guidance and the structure that many of us lack when we start learning a new language, pronunciation, how to read, how to do certain things. The guidance that I had when I was in preparatory faculty really helped me a lot, and I am glad I really, I went to a language learning school. Okay, so we have established two things by now: your motivation for learning this particular language, and of course, the form of education that you're going to take on. Now, the third thing that I want us to talk about are the resources that you're going to be using, because in as much as you may hire a tutor or even go to a language learning school, you need your own textbooks that you can be using when it comes to your own personal study time. Now, of course, now it's so much easier to find resources online. You can find very good textbooks for free. So in terms of resources, I don't really have a lot to say except for that. If you find a textbook, stick to it. Maybe choose 2 to 3 books and just stick to them, and just don't move around in circles like I did, because I found someone who said, I learned Russian using this textbook, it was really helpful. I switched to that book and so on, and before you know it, I barely made any progress. So find a good textbook and stick to it. And another thing I would like to say is, of course, when it comes to applications, I have pretty much never used any. I did try to use Duolingo, but I just found that it was a huge waste of time, because it made me repeat a lot of phrases that, you actually never get to use in real life. And so I just found that it's better to just maybe watch a 5-minute video on YouTube on how to, maybe conjugate certain words or how to do certain things, rather than spending it, solving tasks in Duolingo, because it is just a waste of time in my opinion. So when it comes to resources, just keep it simple. There's this debate in the language learning community about whether you should only focus on learning through textbooks and, tutorials, conjugations and the like, or you should just focus on having real conversations with people. And by people, I mean natives of the language that you're trying to learn. What I would say or advise in this case is that you're better off combining the two worlds, because learning through textbooks really helps you a lot in terms of learning new words very quickly, conjugating them. And this will really come in handy when it's time to have actual conversations, because the only actual, benefit of having conversations with natives is the pronunciation and maybe slang and new words. It's really helpful. But if you do not know any words beforehand, it is going to be so hard for you to actually have any conversations with people. So if you practice grammar, you are going to go into a conversation knowing something, and you're going to come out with other things like, better pronunciations of certain words and some new phrases and the like. So combining the two words is the best way to go. And when it comes to the number of hours that you actually need to spend every day practicing the language, I would say that it all depends on the reason why you're learning it in the first place. If it's just a hobby, like I said earlier, 30 minutes to an hour isn't bad. It's alright. It's not good, it's not perfect, but it's okay. But if you're learning a new language because of something serious like work or school, then I would highly suggest that the more hours you spend on practice, the better. Last but not the least, I just want to say that you can have all the resources in the world. You can, have an amazing tutor or even go to a prestigious language learning school. But if you don't personally put in the work to actually learn and practice every single day, then you will not make any progress. So yeah, you actually do need to put in the work every day. You need to study and practice conjugations, how to pronounce certain things for you to actually make progress. That's all for this video. I really hope that the tips were really helpful, and if you have any suggestions or if you have any advice for people learning trying to learn new languages, then please write it down in the comment sections, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I don't know what else, but yeah, goodbye. See you in the next video.